back to Bochiknot and Bochiknot.com. My name is Nicole. In today's tutorial, we'll be going over a macrame tip and trick, and that is how to end a wall hanging or a macrame project without fringe, and how to tuck in loose cord ends. And we're going to use the same technique to do both of those. So I know a lot of times we tend to end a macrame project, like a macrame plant hanger or macrame wall hanging, with fringe because that's just the natural way we end it. It is easier and a lot of times it does look better. But there are certain times where you don't want to end a project with fringe. For example, with a coaster or with a wall hanging where you just want to have a clean cut pattern with no fringe. So I will be showing you guys how to do that today, and all you really need is a crochet hook, or you can use a large hole threading needle. If you guys are more interested in tutorials like this on macrame best practices and tips and tricks, I have just recently come out with my structured macrame course that goes over 40 different lessons on different patterns and best practices on how to get you from a beginner in macrame to advanced. So if you guys are interested in that, please check out the link in the video description below. And with that, let's begin.
So this is a macrame weave wall hanging that I recently made, and as you can see, there are loose cord ends on the side from the double half hitch knot rows. So those are the anchor cords sticking out horizontally on the sides, and then you see here that we also have several vertical cords from the fringe. And so what we're going to do is we're going to tuck in the loose cord ends on the sides, and also tuck in the fringe at the very bottom so that we're not going to show fringe, and instead it's going to end with that horizontal row of double half hitch knots. So this works for certain patterns where you don't want to end with fringe. This pattern normally I would prefer ending with fringe since I think it looks nicer that way, but if there are other designs and patterns that you want to end with no fringe, I just want to show you guys today how that is done. So to begin, you'll need to turn your pattern upside down, and then you'll also need a crochet hook. To tuck in the loose cord ends on the sides, you'll need to take that cord end and weave it through some of the knot loops at the back. So in that double half hitch knot row at the back, we're going to take that cord end and weave it through 3 loops on the same horizontal double half hitch knot row at the back. And then once you've tucked in 2 or 3 knots, you can cut off the excess cord. Once the cord is tucked in, if you look at the pattern at the front, you can see that the loose cord is no longer sticking out at the side. We will do the same thing on the other side and tuck in the cord end into a few loops. If you guys are interested in learning this macrame weave wall hanging pattern or other macrame patterns and tips and tricks videos, you can join my Bochiknot macrame group on Patreon, where I release a new video tutorial weekly, in addition to the free ones that I release on YouTube. And also in addition to 50+ videos already on Patreon. If you guys are interested, check out the link in the video description below. If you have other loose cord ends on your macrame piece, either from attaching add-ons or from weaving cords through a macro weave, you can also tuck in those cord ends using the same method, either by tucking them in through the double half hitch knots in the back or through other loops from other knots that you can find in the back. What I just did with that loose cord end on the side is I tucked it in a loop from the square knot above. So same thing with the loose cord end at the bottom. I'm going to tuck it through another loop from the square knot at the back. And so now we're going to get to the part where we will tuck in the fringe, the excess cord at the bottom, so that there is no fringe hanging. And so we're going to do this using the same method as we had shown before. And we're going to tuck in each strand of cord at the bottom through loops from other knots above. So starting with the first cord on the left, we're going to tuck it through a few loops from the pattern in the back. And because there are so many vertical cords that we're going to have to tuck through, it's going to be hard to find a separate loop for each cord. So you're going to have to tuck in a few cords through the same loops. And then repeat again with the next cord. And then repeat until all vertical cords are attached into the back through the loops. Once you're done tucking in the cords, that's what the back should look like, and this is what the front should look like. A clean, horizontal row of double half-inch knots with no fringe. I'm going to also show you another method instead of tucking in the cords at the back, so you don't have knots to tuck in your cords through at the back. How are you going to end up your piece with no fringe? What you can do is take your vertical strands of cord, fold it up, and then take another strand of cord and make a gathering knot to tuck in the fringe. So as you can see here, I've weaved a separate strand of cord through, and now I'm going to make the gathering knot around the cords. If you are unsure of how to make the gathering knot itself, you can check out my 50 knots in sentence tutorial. Once you've used the working cord end to gather around the cords several times, take that cord end and place it through the loop that you had made in the beginning and pull on the top cord end to tighten the knot. Then you can cut off the excess cord at the top and bottom, and what you have in the front is the cords tucked in, and you have a lovely knot on top as well. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time.